I find it weird that George kind of feeds off of Esther's like success when back in that time period, like men were usually prone to be more successful than women. So it was just weird that like George was kind of like wanting to stay with Esther and like basically like not adding to her success, more taking away from her. So yeah, one value or two values that I saw. One of them was love. All characters wanted a form of love and intimacy. For example, Esther's actions to be in Mr. Mark's presence no matter what, despite his religious values and goals of being a Jew. Um, she wanted to touch him. She just wanted to be in his presence and everything. Another value I saw was pursuing goals and dreams despite circumstances. And that is shown when Esther tries to open up a shop for African American women. It's a free space for them to express themselves and show their true colors. So yeah, just like believing that she could open up a shop despite George, like his actions to ruin it, like for example taking away her money for his own selfish reasons, like for liquor, prostitutes, stuff like that. So those were the two values. Something that I still question was, why does Esther not divorce George? I saw like a common pattern that George was constantly mistreating Esther, so I was like, why doesn't she just break it off, you know? And I did a little bit more research, and I saw that people back in that time of day were very religious, and that once you get married, it was basically a sin, like going against the church to get divorced. So that's a reason why Esther stayed in this relationship with George. This play gives a deeper perspective of the African American community and how even the smallest opportunity goes a long way for African Americans, because back then, like, it's always been portrayed that like African Americans were slaves, blah blah blah, but just seeing like a deeper perspective of how like the smallest amount of money, what that meant to Esther, and how like saving that up was her small opportunity to build her shop. I do believe that stereotypes do exist today. One of the reasons why is because people are afraid of change, and people just are stuck on the prejudice that things are supposed to be said and done a certain way. And so I think to change that, people should be more open to change and just be flexible with whatever comes their way, you know? Don't judge a book by its cover, type of thing. So yeah, my two questions are, what were George's aspirations when he kept Esther with him, and where did Esther build up her funds? And so yeah.